Good evening. Here are tonight's top stories. Vice President Jago hints the opposition will lose the next elections, while a fatal motorcycle accident claims the life of Goatman in Essequibo Coast. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton is set to boost Guyana's investment profile, and a legal demand for repayment is issued to the Guyanese Critic by a contractor. Additionally, Guyana condemns Venezuela's disregard for border agreement amid state creation move. Furthermore, the government commissions new water systems in Region 1, Guyana, and Guyana's oldest citizen receives a new home from philanthropist Mr. A. Mohammed. Stay tuned for more updates. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest news.
Vice President Jago hints opposition will lose the next elections. At a recent press conference held by the ruling People's Progressive Party/Civic, PPP/C, General Secretary Barrett Jago expressed confidence in the party's prospects for the upcoming 2025 general and regional elections. Jago dismissed concerns about President Dr. Irfan Ali's re-election, particularly in the face of a challenge from opposition leader Aubrey Norton. Jago asserted that Norton lacks credibility and policy acumen, stating, "No one takes Norton seriously." He expressed certainty that neither Norton nor any other candidate within the opposition People's National Congress, PNC, led a Partnership for National Unity/Alliance for Change, APNU/AFC, would pose a formidable challenge. According to Jago, even members within the PNC-led APNU lack confidence in Norton's ability to win. He dismissed Norton's claims of corruption within the PPP, arguing that such allegations were delusional. Furthermore, Jago highlighted the failures of the previous APNU/AFC coalition government, suggesting that Norton's promises would not be trusted by the electorate given the previous administration's track record. Jago stressed that apart from the main political opposition, there was no other party poised to mount a significant challenge to the PPP/C in the 2025 polls. He emphasized the importance of clean campaigning and urged major political parties to refrain from divisive tactics. The Ethnic Relations Commission (ERC) has urged political parties to engage with the body ahead of the elections to promote harmony and good relations among all Guyanese. However, efforts to engage some parties, including the PNC-led APNU, have faced challenges. The ERC's invitation for engagement aims to prevent ethnic tension leading up to and after the 2025 elections. The Commission has facilitated a code of conduct signing for parties contesting the local government elections, LG, 2023, aiming to ensure an election period free from hate speech, violence, and discrimination. The statements made by Jago underscored the political landscape's complexities as Guyana prepares for another electoral cycle, with both the ruling party and opposition gearing up for what promises to be a closely watched event. Fatal motorcycle accident claims life of Goatman in Essequibo Coast. A tragic accident on the Essequibo Coast, Region 2, Pomarun-Sapinam, has claimed the life of a 26-year-old motorcyclist identified as Dinesh Williams, affectionately known as Goatman. The incident occurred around 07:30h at Hibernia Backstreet, where Williams lost control of his motorcycle, resulting in a fatal outcome. According to reports from iNews, Williams was returning home after an outing when the accident transpired. Allegedly speeding, he approached a turn in the street, leading to a loss of control over his motorcycle. The vehicle veered off the road and plunged into a nearby trench, trapping Williams underwater. Tragically, the motorcycle driver was unable to free himself from the submerged vehicle, resulting in drowning. His relatives arrived at the scene shortly after, discovering Williams unconscious in the trench. They promptly extracted him and rushed him to the Suddy Public Hospital for medical assistance. Regrettably, Williams was pronounced dead upon arrival at the hospital, marking a devastating conclusion to the accident. The community mourns the loss of Goatman, remembering him as a vibrant member of the community whose presence will be deeply missed. The authorities are likely conducting investigations to determine the precise circumstances leading to the accident. Meanwhile, this incident serves as a stark reminder of the importance of road safety and responsible driving practices, urging motorists to exercise caution and vigilance while navigating the roads. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton to boost Guyana's investment profile. Former United States President Bill Clinton is set to visit Guyana, adding significant momentum to the country's reputation as an investment destination. Clinton's arrival today precedes his participation in the upcoming United Caribbean Forum, scheduled to take place at the Arthur Chung Conference Center on Tuesday. The forum aims to showcase local investment opportunities, with Clinton delivering the keynote address. In anticipation of Clinton's visit, Dominican Republic Ambassador Ernesto Torres Pereira highlighted its significance for Guyana's international standing. He expressed excitement over the attention Guyana is receiving from the global community, attributing it to Clinton's interest in visiting the country and engagement with key players in the Dominican Republic's private sector. Ambassador Pereira underscored the pivotal role of the private sector in driving Guyana's development and emphasized Clinton's desire to understand the country's progress. The visit signifies collaboration among influential figures to promote unity and economic prosperity in the Caribbean region. Furthermore, Ambassador Pereira commended the Guyanese government, particularly President Dr. Irfan Ali, for laying the groundwork to attract international investment. He praised President Ali's vision and preparation for the economic transition, citing forums like the United Caribbean Forum as instrumental in showcasing alternatives for the country's development. Guyana has recently witnessed a series of high-profile visits, underscoring its growing significance on the global stage. Just last week, President Ali welcomed William J. Burns, director of the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, of the U.S., along with other senior officials, for discussions at State House. Additionally, former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair's visit focused on collaborative efforts in healthcare, digitalization, and food security, highlighting Guyana's emergence as an exciting destination for investment and development. Former PM Blair's positive remarks on Guyana's management of its oil success further bolster the country's image as a promising investment hub. With Clinton's visit and the ongoing collaborative efforts, Guyana is poised to capitalize on its potential for sustainable growth and prosperity on the global stage. Legal demand for repayment issued to Guyanese Critic by contractor. In a recent development, social media personality and government contractor, Mikhail Rodriguez, famously known as the Guyanese Critic, has been issued a legal demand to repay loans amounting to significant sums within 7 days, as outlined in a lawyer's letter obtained by Critic News. According to the letter penned by Punai and Punai law firm on behalf of its client, Azruddin Mohammed, Rodriguez is obligated to repay various loans he had solicited over the past years. The demands include repayment of $3,000 borrowed for a trip to India with Vice President Barrett Jagdeo, 10 million Guyanese dollars for the establishment of his construction company, and an additional 7.5 million Guyanese dollars for the construction of his Daybreak News (TBN) studio. The letter unequivocally states that Rodriguez is indebted to Mohammed in the sum of GYD 17,500,000 and $3,000. Failure to comply with the repayment demand within the stipulated 7 days will result in legal action, including recovery of the outstanding sums along with legal costs and interest. Speaking to Critic News, Azruddin Mohammed revealed that Rodriguez borrowed the money for the India trip but has yet to repay it. Furthermore, Rodriguez owes significant amounts related to the establishment of his studio and construction company. Critic's involvement in a construction company, Tepui Group Incorporated, which was awarded a substantial government contract, has raised further concerns regarding his financial obligations. This development underscores the importance of fulfilling financial obligations and highlights the potential consequences of defaulting on loans. The deadline for repayment looms, and Rodriguez faces legal repercussions should he fail to meet the demands outlined in the lawyer's letter. Guyana condemns Venezuela's disregard for border agreement amid state creation move. Guyana's Minister of Home Affairs, Robson Ben, voiced deep concern on Friday over Venezuela's disregard for the Argyle Declaration, an 11-point agreement aimed at preventing the escalation of the long-standing border controversy between the two nations. This concern arises following Venezuela's parliament's approval on Thursday of creating a new state in Guyana's Essequibo region, despite the ongoing border dispute being before the International Court of Justice (ICJ). Speaking at a high-level regional security system (RSS) Council of Ministers meeting in Georgetown, Minister Ben expressed dismay at Venezuela's unilateral decision. He stated, "We are unhappy that the government of Venezuela and its National Assembly just yesterday agreed that they will make Essequibo formerly no longer a zone in reclamation, but Venezuelan territory." Despite assurances from Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro during a meeting facilitated by CARICOM and observed by the United Nations that force would not be used against Guyana, Minister Ben expressed concerns about potential actions by independent actors in response to the developments in the Venezuelan legislature. Although Maduro has recently reiterated commitments to peace, the Venezuelan parliament proceeded to ratify the outcome of last December's referendum, further exacerbating tensions between the two nations. Minister Ben emphasized Guyana's dissatisfaction with Venezuela's latest attempt to claim territory that Guyana has owned and exercised sovereignty over since an arbitral award in 1899. Reiterating Guyana's commitment to resolving the issue through legal means, Minister Ben stated, "We repeat that in relation to the Guyana/Venezuelan issue that it is a matter which will be resolved in the court. We of course expect that Guyana will be vindicated through that process." Reports suggest minimal voter turnout during the Venezuelan referendum, with Venezuelan authorities claiming 10 million votes cast. Minister Ben underscored Guyana's support for over 30,000 registered Venezuelan migrants, emphasizing Guyana's view of Venezuelans as cousins and its commitment to their protection. In addition to calling for rational dialogue to ensure a peaceful resolution of the dispute, Minister Ben highlighted the importance of maintaining the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, as a zone of peace. He also acknowledged and appreciated the support of regional and international partners, including the United States, the United Kingdom, the European Union, and Brazil, in addressing the ongoing issue. Government commissions new water systems in Region 1, Guyana. Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Kroll, unveiled 2 new water systems in the Morka subdistrict of Region 1, Barrett, on Saturday. These systems, located at 5 miles and 7 miles, mark the first of 25 wells slated for drilling in Region 1 this year as part of the government's initiative to provide access to potable water for all hinterland residents. The government has allocated approximately $700 million for this endeavor. The Guyana Water Incorporated collaborated with the village council to drill the new wells and construct the water systems, benefiting over 800 individuals in the area. The investment, totaling $30 million, also includes upgrades and expansion of the Karaburi water supply system. Minister Kroll emphasized the importance of caring for these facilities and urged residents to remain patient as the government extends its efforts to other communities. He acknowledged challenges faced in drilling wells, citing instances in Woramuri, Region 1, where 4 drilling attempts were unsuccessful due to insufficient water sources. Despite setbacks, the government remains committed to its goal. The total budget allocated for drilling at least 40 wells in the hinterland in 2024 amounts to $1.5 billion. Several other areas, including Santa Cruz, Warapoka, Cocorite, and Barima Coriabo, are also earmarked for water system improvements. Furthermore, plans are underway for the expansion of water supply systems in Arikaka, Skyland, Cons Hill, and Karaburi. According to reports from GWI, significant investments totaling over $3.4 billion have been made in the hinterland since August 2020, with an additional $1.5 billion slated for 2024. Over 75 new wells have been completed, providing service to more than 15,000 individuals for the first time. Minister Kroll reiterated the government's commitment to enhancing water accessibility in Guyana's hinterland, ensuring a better quality of life for all residents. Guyana's oldest citizen receives new home from philanthropist Mr. A. Mohammed. In a heartwarming display of compassion and generosity, Mr. A. Mohammed has gifted a new home to Guyana's oldest citizen, Lillian Elliott, who is soon to celebrate her remarkable 115th birthday. Mohammed expressed profound emotions, deeming this project one of the most touching endeavors in his humanitarian efforts. The initiative commenced when Mohammed encountered a social media video showcasing a family in Mashabo urgently seeking aid to replace their fragile home, threatened by the area's high winds. Reacting promptly, Team Mohammed extended their support to the family. Throughout the construction phase, Mohammed learned that the recipient of the new home was none other than Lillian Elliott, a resilient woman with an inspiring life narrative. Born and raised in St. Monica along the Pomeroon River, Elliott faced hardships after her husband's demise, sustaining her 11 children through farming, despite the loss of 2 of her offspring. Despite adversity, Elliott's fortitude and resolve remained unwavering. Eventually relocating to Mashabo with her daughter, Norma Elstaub, and her family, Elliott continues to be an integral part of the community, affectionately known as a granny by locals. Despite her age, she remains active and self-reliant, embracing life with enthusiasm. A devout member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Elliott finds joy in simple pleasures like steamed fish with boiled plantains, even amidst a diagnosis of hypertension. Undeterred, she continues to savor life's moments to the fullest. In addition to providing Elliott with a new home, Mohammed established a small business for her family to ensure she receives the care she deserves. Recently visiting Mashabo to personally meet Elliott, Mohammed was deeply honored to spend time with Guyana's oldest citizen. During their interaction, Elliott graciously imparted her wisdom on leading a long and healthy life.